Hello guys, welcome back to RG Coding Tips. In today's video, we are going to learn how to make pop-up form and get the user data and automate it to send it to a Google Sheet form. We will be able to see the data updated in real time. So it's a simple and straightforward process. By the end of this video, you will be able to learn this simple trick to connect to the Google Sheet as a backend. And as a demonstration, we have this form, and when we enter our details, let me just add this username, and after entering the details, when we click on submit, it says thank you for subscribing, and in the console there is no error. And come to our Google Sheets, we can see that we have this username and email, so it's updating in real time. So we will be able to learn how to create this form and connect it to our Google Sheet form. Before starting the video, if you are new to the channel, please subscribe and turn on the bell icon. It always helps so much. Now let's start the video. I am going to use this default HTML CSS template from my GitHub page. You can also access this. I'm going to add the links in the description. Just come to this page and you will be able to access the files and the folders. So we have these styles. I'm going to just copy it and paste it to our style, and that's pretty much. Open it with live server and we can see this is our default styling. Now we will be able to add the form here, and we are going to add some CSS and some JavaScript to make it more responsive and more functionable. So inside this body tag, I'm going to remove this and this also, and then inside this cart, we are going to add a div with the class name form container. Inside this div, we are going to add a span tag and write join our newsletter. Here we can see it's updating. Now, after this span tag, we are going to add a form. Just leave it here, and we are going to add a div with the class name input field. So inside this input field, we are going to add an input type of text, and placeholder will be enter your name, and then it must be required. And then we are going to add a name of username. We are adding this name so that we can connect it to our Google Sheet. So after this input field, we are going to just replicate it, and then inside this, remove this text and then change it to email. Name will be email, and placeholder will also be enter your email. Come back to the website and we can see this form. Now we are going to replicate it again, and then inside this input, this tab will be button and value will be submit. Change it to submit. So we are going to change this title here, pop-up newsletter. Come back to the style file and we are going to add some styling for our form. We are going to target this form container. So just copy it and paste it, and we are going to give a width of 100%. And then we are going to target this span tag. So let me just add something like as title. So for this title, we are going to add position relative and font size of 1.6 rem and font width of 600, color of black. Okay, so the font size has increased. Now we are going to add an underline. So we are going to write this title and then before content will be empty, and position, this must be absolute, and then left of 0, bottom of 0, and width of 100%, and then background will be this color code, and then a border radius of 6 pixels. Let's just increase up to 20 pixels. So we are going to add a height here. Height will be of just 3 pixels. So we can see an underline after this title. We are going to target these input elements, come back, and then for the font, we are going to give a display of flags property, and then justify content will be center, align item center, and next direction will be column, so that it will be displayed in column direction, and then a margin bottom of 30 pixels. And after the font, we are going to target this input field. So just copy it, come back to the CSS file, paste, and then we are going to add a position of relative, a height of 50 pixels, and a width of 100%, margin top of 30 pixels. And then for the input element, we are going to give a height of 100%, width of 100%, little bit of padding of 0 and 35 pixels, border will be none, and outline will also be none, font size of 1 rand, border bottom, let's say 2 pixels, solid, and we are going to give this color code, and then border top will be 2 pixels, solid, transparent. So I have to write here solid, not salt. Now this looks a little bit right, but we are going to add some icons so that it becomes perfect. Go to any web browser and search for unicorns, and we are going to go here, and just so you have to log in, and you will be able to copy this, and you can start using your icons. I already have it here, and I'm going to paste it here. And after linking this icon CSS, come back in this form part, and just inside this input field, we are going to add a I class with a class name UIL, and then UIL with the name user. So you can see this user icon. We are going to fix the position. Before that, we are going to copy and paste it here, and you can change it to envelope, and then for the submit, you can also add some icons, but we are going to just leave it here. Come back to the style part, and after this input field I, we are going to target this I element, and then give a position of absolute, and top will be 50%, left of 5 pixels, transform, translate, and from y-axis we are going to give 50%, color of 5 pixels, and font size we are going to give it 1.5 rand. We are going to add this. Okay, so here we have this error, just change it to height. Okay, so it's aligned perfectly, and we are going to give styling to this submit button, and let's just add something here, okay, so that it seems beautiful. We're going to target this input field, and then input, and we are going to give is focus. So when the user focus on this input part, we are going to say it must be valid. What must be valid? the border bottom of color, and we are going to give this color. Okay. When we click here, it changes it to a little bit gray, and when we click on here, we can see it changes. So this functionality, you can adjust the color according to your needs. After adding the styles, the icon, we are going to target this button. So in this input field, we are going to write input button. Copy this, come to our CSS file and add this styles. Margin top of 35 pixels so that we can see some margin, and width of 50%. And then input button input border will be none. Font size of 1.3 RAM. So it's a little increase in the font size, and a font weight of 500. Cursor will be pointer so that it becomes a button, and letter spacing of 1 pixels. Let's keep a border radius of 6 pixels, and let's just change the background color. So we have perfectly made our form. Now let's just add some hover effects over. The background color should be changed to a little bit dimmed. Now we are going to connect it to our Google Sheets. Go to any browser and open your Google Sheets here, and just click on sign in and sign it with your account. So I have some Google Sheets, but we are not going to see this. We are going to create a new blank sheet, and we are going to start editing it. Give a name. We are going to say email collection. So this is compulsory because we are going to use this name file using the functions and connecting it to our web page. So come back to the HTML file, and we use this username. So we must add the username here, and then this email. I've already told you that this name is compulsory, so we are going to use this in our sheet. So what we are going to do is click on these extensions in this navigation menu, and then app scripts. So you will be redirected to a website, which is the app scripts, and we are going to modify this function and connect it with our HTML and with our form. So just remove this, and I'm going to give you a JavaScript function and some JavaScript code. You can just paste it here, and then this name sheet1, you can rename it, but I'm going to keep it this as sheet1. And if you change the name of this sheet, you must change this name also, but I'm going to just keep it here. Just save it, and then for this untitled project, you must keep the name as same as this email collection. So just copy it and paste it here, and then rename. So the name must be same because it will start connecting it to our sheet. If you don't save the name as same, then there will be error. So I'm going to run this. It will start executing, and it will ask for permissions. We are going to give the permissions. I'm going to select my account, and then click on advanced, and then go to project and save, because we are the developer of this project. So after this execution, it says execution started and execution completed. Otherwise, if you face some issues and face errors, you can let me know in the comment section. I will try to help you out. Close this, and after the execution, we are going to click on deploy, new deployment, and then select type and click on web app. We are going to provide description. You can just set as email collection, and then who has access. This is the main part. You must turn it to anyone so that anyone can enter data. So click on deploy. It is updating the deployment, and then wait some time, authorize access, and then click on this your account again, advanced, go to email collection unsafe, click on allow, and it will update the deployment. So we are going to use this script link. So just copy it and click on done, and then come back to our code editor. Now come to this script.js. So you are going to use this link. You can say const new URL equals, and do like this. After that, we are going to write some JS codes. So we are going to write const form. We are going to target this document.font, and then we are going to write submit to Google Sheet. So this is compulsory. Just copy it and we are going to paste it in our form with us here, submit to Google Sheet, and come back to the JavaScript file, form.add event listener, and then we are going to target this button. Let's just change it to submit. Okay, copy it and add it here, and this will be an arrow function, and this must be prevent default, and then fetch. We are going to fetch this new URL, and then method is going to be post and body new form data, and then form. You really don't have to think very much about this. It's just we are going to fetch the URL from here. So we are going to get the function from this link, and then we are going to use the function to post our data from this form. We are going to get the data, and then we are going to just post it to this link, and it will automatically redirect to the Google Sheet. Okay, and then we are going to add some error handling code. So we are going to write response. So it will also be an arrow function, and then message with inner HTML equal to, which is equals thank you for subscribing, and then we are going to remove it again, time function, so it will automatically remove it. Message dot inner HTML equals none, and then this timeout we are going to give 5 seconds, and then we are going to reset the form dot reset. And then if this works, that means if our data is sent to the Google Sheet, then function will be called. If not, we are going to catch the error, and then we are going to give this message. So that's pretty much, guys. I know it's a lot of work, but after writing all of this code, you will be able to explore the functionality of this form. So we are going to add this message part here in the HTML file. After this form, we are going to write expand with the ID of message MSG, and we are going to just leave it here. So let's try if our form is working or not. It is here in the console. There's an error. It says cannot read properties of undefined submit to Google Sheet. So let's just see. Okay, so this must not be a class name here. It must be the name of our Google Sheet function. In here, it must be forms, not form. So it must collect the data of the form, not form. Okay, let's just see. Okay, the error is now gone. Now we are going to keep it in here. and let's check if it's working or not. I'm going to write my name and then I'm going to write this email, and when I click on submit, it should work. Okay, so let's just see. Okay, so guys, here you can see it's working now. Here we can see our email and username. I'm going to make it like this. Okay, so you can see this name and the email we have just entered. But I think there's some error with this message. Let me double check it. So we are going to need target for the message. Okay, we are going to write this document.getElement by ID, and then we are going to target the message. Here again, and when we click on submit, it should work now. Okay, here you can see thank you for subscribing, and it will automatically disappear after 5 seconds. So you can see the data is updating live in real time. So that's pretty much for today's, guys. And if you guys want anything for me to make a video, please let me know in the comments. Suggest me the topics you want to know and discover so that I can help you out. Thank you so much, guys, for watching today's video. I will see you next time.